Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to episode 144 of Twisted Strands. I'm Jeannie, but you can call me JD if you like. And welcome to the show. I'm recording a little late tonight because I had a buttload of chores to do and things to take care of. But, that happens in everybody's life. I did get to work on a sock, so I did some knitting, not much today. But anyway, how are you? How was your week? Mine was okay. Though I did go to the wool walk, and I got a bunch of stuff to show you, which is awesome. And I do have a drawing to do. I'll do that at the end of the podcast, I think, and stuff and junk. But now, there's no sponsor. I was drinking one of those kind of strong, I was drinking the oyster stout, okay? Don't judge me. But it was a little too bitter and it was making me sweat. So I had a feeling that I should not be drinking that anymore. Because gross oysters, and it didn't make me feel good. So I ditched it. It was amazing to watch going down the sink. It was thick. I don't think even stout is supposed to be thick like that. That's gross. So anyway, the New Jersey Wool Walk is this past weekend from Thursday to Sunday, yesterday. And unfortunately, Bridget was not able to join me. Sad face. I mean, along my travels, of course, I did find my friends from both my knitting group, and that was awesome. And I got to talk to some very sweet people and see some new yarn stores. The yarn stores that I went to, first I went to Trillium, my local yarn store that's kind of in Harding, I think it is. It's between here, Morristown, and Basking Ridge. So it's in a really nice neighborhood, and it was super busy. There was an adorable sweet pit bull. I keep forgetting the doggy's name, but she was adorable. She was having a ball, having all that attention. Tons of people, and tons of good yarn. I really do like that place. I only bought a pair of size 15 needles to work on my friend's shawl with, so I'm going to rip that out. It's sitting right over there. I'm going to rip it out and restart it, and that should be fun. So anyway, I bought new needles. That's all I bought there, because I knew I would need to spread the wealth, so to speak. Alright, spread a small amount of money. So then I went to Down Cellar, and Down Cellar is unfortunately getting sold, or is closing down. So I took advantage of the 20% yarn sale, and I bought this really neat yarn. It's called Montana, and it's by Sirdar, and it looks like it will stripe up. So I am really eager to knit this into a charity hat. It was fairly inexpensive, 20% off 7, so that was a nice find. I was very tempted there, even though they're closing down and their yarn is going down. They still have tons of stuff, and they changed their discount room, which is always worth visiting if you go to Down Cellar, and they had stocking kits for 50% off. How could I refuse that? So I picked up yet another stocking kit because I like those, and this is another one by Woolly Bullies, and it's a cardinal. You can kind of see what it's going to be like. But I really thought that this was pretty freaking cool, so I picked it up for 50% off, and I was like, yay! Then, where the heck did I go? Oh, I went to Madison, to the Blue Pearl. Now, what did I pick up in Madison? Oh, In Madison, I picked up this yarn. Oh, that's good, Teeny. Encore tweed. Now, this is the exact same color and weight and makeup. It's the same yarn, different dye lot, but I've been working on my sweater, and I thought to myself, oh my goodness, what if I run out of yarn? That would suck. So I just bought I guess you would say, an insurance yarn. So that's what I bought there. But she was giving away the best treats. She was giving away a 20% coupon and a yarn at the Blue Pearl. And this is really pretty yarn in fall colors, so I don't know what I'm going to make out of it. So it's going to stay in the bag for now. And it also had some pattern ideas and a quote by Stephanie Pearl McPhee. So that was pretty cool. Then I went to the Stitching Bee. And as always, she had her awesome sale boxes up front. Even though I was tempted, I decided to chill out and just buy from the box if I can find something. Now, this isn't my favorite shade of green, but it is one of my favorite prices for yarn. She was selling several different beautiful things, and I've never worked with this yarn, but I thought, it's cool. I'll make a market bag, and if I'm not pleased with the market bag, I can either give it away or sell it on Etsy. Who knows? But anyway, Hempathy. Trying it out. $2 a ball. I bought 3 balls. And then I went to Do You Knit. Do You Knit got most of my money. A little ashamed of that, but not much. Okay, I'm not ashamed of it. It was Wool Walk. I was letting myself buy things. So what I bought, there's this famous local knitter called Toby Roxanne. And Toby Roxanne Barna, and I really have been wanting to buy or knit one of her designs. So when I saw this book, I said, oh, to heck with it. Pick one, buy it. It's a good deal for all of our beautiful shawls. Let me see if there's a page with all of them on it. I don't think there is, but it's a beautiful knits. So, and the photography is gorgeous, and the shawls are beautiful. So I feel like this purchase was way worth it. So I bought this, and it's called Everywhere London Underground Volume 2. I almost bought the other London Underground, but I restrained myself. And also while I was there, I picked up more Soak Unscented foot cream, so hopefully I can get my feet back under control. It's been a bad winter for the feet, folks. And I do not treat myself to pedicures. That's what they're called, pedicures. And this is the last thing I bought, and I fell in love with this yarn. Dragonfly Fibers, the colors of happiness. And it's Dragonberry in Traveler, which is, oh yeah, that's pretty true. Isn't that gorgeous? God, I love that red. Excuse me. Anyway, I love this red. And it's showing up pretty well in the screen, so I'm hoping you can get the full effect of the pretty. I'm going to make some fingerless mitts that I've seen and wanted to make in my Vampire Knits book. So that's what I'm going to do. So that was in Westfield. Do You Knit in Westfield. Then I went to Knit-A-Bit, and I didn't buy much there. I mean, they're awesome, and they had a book sale and all that, but I was starting to slow down a bit, if you know what I mean. So, anyway, I've seen these locking stitch markers with clips in one of the issues of Knit Scene. Or was it? No, it was Knit Simple, sorry. And what you do is you hang these onto the fabric of your knit or crochet, and you can clip a note onto it. And I thought, wow, that is so fucking cool. So I picked these up because Knit has awesome accessories and awesome needles. So that's what I did there. Then I visited the Wool and Grace in Summit. Now, Wool and Grace was okay. It was really crowded, and I met up with more people that I care about there. Oddly enough, the same people that I met in... They were like going the same way I was, but I never met them before Saturday, which was cool. And I didn't buy anything at Wool and Grace. Wool and Gross. No, they weren't gross, but they just weren't my favorite shop. I mean, it's very urban and shiny, but I just wasn't feeling it, you know? I did touch a lot of yarn, and I did look through their kits that they were having on special there, but I just didn't feel like buying by the time I got to Wool and Grace. Poor Wool and Grace. Let's see, what else did I think that's all I did for that day. Well then, nope. Sorry, thinking out loud. I went to All About You, which I love. All About You is awesome. The owner is a smartass, and I love her for that. She's funny. I just wish they were closer. Ugh. So anyway, that's where it's pretty much the only location in New Jersey that sells issues of Ply magazine. So I bought the latest issue of Ply, and it was all about silk. I almost didn't buy it, but since it was Ply and I was determined to get a copy and they didn't have any other issues, I bought it. And I must say about the silk issue of Ply, I'm not terribly fond of it. It's a lot of caterpillars, and they look like worms, and it's really kind of gross. So if you're not an aficionado of silk, don't bother with the latest issue of Ply. I'm so sorry. On the other hand, I also picked up the latest issue of Knit Scene, which just came out, and it features this, young woman wearing this avant-garde knitting piece, and it was interesting. I haven't fully looked at the issue, but there's some interesting stuff about cotton and flax processing, so I'm going to read that and maybe do a review next week. So I bought magazines aplenty from the lovely women of All About You. I think that's all I went to. Anyway, sorry if I forgot somebody. I don't know if I did. It was all blur. Anyway, next stop was on Sunday. I traveled over an hour to Coltsnet, New Jersey to visit Chelsea Yarns, and I've never been there. It seemed okay. I just didn't get the must-buy now. The owner was a bit too busy, and it wasn't clear who worked for the shop, so I wasn't too thrilled. I entered in their drawing and tried to find something to buy, but I didn't. I don't know why. I guess I wasn't in the headspace when I was there, so I had her stamp, and I left without buying anything. During a walk. Maybe I wasn't feeling well yesterday. Because then I went to a yogurt store that was in the same mall. And then I went to Delicious Orchards, which is a huge bakery and produce and coffee and tea and candy and all that shit. I was really good though. You can be proud of me. Went to this place where you can stuff your face full of bad things, but all I did was buy 3 apples and a bag of loose cranberry tea. So that's what I did. That's all I bought at this huge place. And it was wicked crowded there, I'll tell you. I did eat a bunch of samples, though. They were so good. Anyway, what else did I do? And then I zoomed over to a Stitch in Time, which is a relatively new shop. And Farmingdale is where that is. And my friend said she really loved the shop, but when I went there and I tried to find something to buy, I couldn't find anything. But I did like it there. It was a really good vibe. Everybody there was very welcoming and nice. So it's a nice store. Just don't think you're ever going to get a sweater's worth of yarn from them because their stock is suckage. Just, there isn't anything, really. I was almost tempted to go back to Chelsea Yarns and get something there, because all her shelves were full. There was no sweater quantities of many of the yarns that I was looking for. So I didn't buy anything from her, but she told me about this little river cruise that she's doing, and that sounded pretty good. I know my friends are doing it, so I might have to do it too, because I'm like that. It sounds really good, so I think I would enjoy it, even though it's on the water on a boat, and I don't trust large boats. Kayaks you'll get me into any time, but large boats, yeah, no. Anyway, so we'll be doing, that's what she told me about, and I think I might do it. It sounds like fun. Nikki Epstein is doing a meet and greet, and she'd sign your books for you. So that's kind of cool, really. I never saw Nikki Epstein. Anyway, like I said, I didn't buy anything from Stitch in Time because I couldn't find enough of one yarn and didn't find the color of a fingering weight that I could have used. So maybe another time I will buy something from her. She is a nice lady, and she gave me a pen. So that was cool. And that was my wool walk experience. I hope you aren't falling asleep. Wake up! Wake up! Anyway, let's get on to the works in progress, as I have not finished a damn thing this week. But anyway, I'm doing a test knit for Kagi of the High Fiber Diet. It's a sleep hat, and it starts from the top. So this is how it's coming along so far. I've reached the appropriate amount of increases, and now I'm just going down the brim slowly. Imagine my dismay when I realized I don't have a size 7 circular needle in 16-inch. And this is actually 100 stitches. 100 inches. This is 100 stitches on 4 long DPNs in size 7. So that's how that looks. I'm working on it right now, trying to finish it for her. So that's probably going to be donated. I don't know anybody who would want a pale blue hat in my family. So that's the sleep hat by Kagi. And these are the socks I've been plugging away for a few months. These are the Blurred Line socks by Megan Williams. I'm working them top down. And this is a sock yarn by Simply Socks Company. It is post yarn. And I seriously might break my cold sheep resolution just to get Seattle coffee from them. I like that colorway. But that is the Buckeye colorway, and it is nice too. I really like it. And then, I'm really proud to show you this. I have finished the first stripe of my button yoke cardigan by Sandy Prosser. And let me see if I can, yeah, there we go. The sleeves are not only well on their way to being attached and all that, but I've got a pretty little line, and I'm very pleased with my progress. At first, it was a nightmare to knit the sleeves with the attachment. You know, it was tight, really freaking tight. So, yeah. But I'm really pleased with how it looks right now. Isn't it pretty? So this is why I bought that extra skein of natural tweedy yarn, so that I would not run out on this. And I'm still spinning my bat from loop. I don't think I've touched it lately, but I'm still working on it, and I still love it. It's going very nicely. Let's see, I think that's all. Actually, you know what? Let me show you what I plan on doing next. Once I'm done with my sweater, and maybe my sock, I think I'm gonna do this octopusy cat pattern. Octopus. Octopussy. Hello. That's a James Bond flick, Jeannie. Polly was, I think it was Polly. He not only showed me that pattern, but when I added it to my wish list, I think he purchased it for me as a gift, and I've got to knit this now. Look at it. It's so weird but cute. It kills me. So yes, I've printed out the pattern. I plan on starting it once I've finished at least one or two things off of my list. Now, this week, I'm happy to say that I'm starting sewing lessons. I mean, it's not a lot of sewing lessons, but I believe I've worked with a teacher before, and she's awesome. And I think I'll be able to bang out a few projects under her teaching. But my first one, I've picked out and printed a tutorial on a box bag by Truly Myrtle. Anyway, that's... she doesn't sew. Yeah, I don't think her name is on it. I'm sorry, nice lady at Truly Myrtle. Libby. Someone called her Libby, so... Anyway, I'm going to do this box bag tutorial this week. I haven't picked out my fabric or my lining, but I think I've got it all together. Anyway, I might have to ask somebody for help, or a zipper. All it says it needs is fabric for the exterior of your bag, your lining, interfacing, cotton, and a zip. I wonder what the cotton part is about. Anyway, I'm so busy and or tired this weekend that I didn't even look through my fabric stash for any suitable fabric. So I'll get it together, I promise. Anyway, that's the last of my crafting. Ooh, sorry I couldn't stifle that yarn anymore. Yarn. Anyway, let's go on to stuff and junk. Housework. Is it TMI if I tell you I kind of tried to scrub the toilet tonight? And did the trash, and did the dishes. Anyway, that's what I did for unfucking the house. And the garden is kind of on hold until the last frost of the season. My carrots are kind of wimpy looking, but my radishes are looking pretty good. I'm really pleased with how the radish seed babies are. They're about this high now. And the carrots are smaller. Anyway, we'll see if those grow. Pretty pathetic, but it's only early spring, according to me. So what the heck? I rode my boyfriend Toby again. That sounds so dirty, but you all know Toby is a huge red brown gelding, and he likes to go fast. He's a bit of a steamroller, but it was a good lesson. It was another good lesson. Aparna was there, Liz was there, and since Liz was riding Cleo, we stayed inside. Cleo is a little bit goofy when there's bugs outdoors, so she isn't to be trusted. But anyway, neither is Toby sometimes. Yeah, Toby, for some reason my ankles were especially painful, so we lengthened my stirrups by one, and then my hips started hurting. I'm falling apart, I swear. But anyway, regardless of any pain I was in, I decided we're going to canter. We're gonna fucking do it, no matter what. So we cantered, and the last time he cantered, I must have asked him too soon or something before the corner, and he got off on the wrong lead, and seriously, it felt lousy. When a horse is cantering on the wrong lead, they're going in a bad way that sets them off balance, and it feels like boom, 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 the body is going like that instead of towards where you are. So it sucks. I've kind of felt a bad canter before, but that was like a bad canter. And he's a steamroller when he gets moving, so it's not like it's an easy, whoa, settle down into the trot, and then pick up the canter again in the right lead. So we just kind of barreled down on the wrong lead. I'm going, this gotta be the wrong lead. So Libby's a cool teacher, so she turned it into a lesson, so we all learned something, and it was fun. But wow, this is the most I've heard. And when I was talking about it with Mom, about how much everything hurt from after the lesson, and she looked at me point blank and said, "Did you make a mistake?" And I said, "You mean by wanting to ride again?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, No, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with what I'm doing. And so hopefully I'll get to keep going with it. We'll see how I recover. I can't imagine if I had to ride more than once a week. I'd probably get stronger and get better. But good Lord, it hurts. My ankles and my calves and my thighs are just killing me today. But I'll get over it, and by Thursday or Friday I'll feel fine. So it's all good. Anyway, let's see, what movies did I do? I watched Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa. Now, I had high hopes for the movie being a buddy comedy between a really trashy grandpa and a funny kid. And I've got to say, the kid actor was awesome. Some of the points were just so funny. But they were trying to turn the sketch show of Jackass into a movie with a plot, and they fucked up. It was kind of bad, and I'd give it only 2 skeins, and give it only 1 skein extra because, from 1, which was lousy, to 2, which is okay, but never watching again, because of the last few minutes of the film, which were pretty funny. So, there you go. Watch at your own risk. It's not a movie, and it's not a Jackass movie, so there you go. Now, my friends on Facebook and stuff wanted me to mention, I'm talking about you, Kat. She wanted me to add in some fun news about the fact that New York City has a cat cafe, which so rocks. I included in the show notes a story from CNN, and it has a video about the cat cafe, and it's where you go to a cafe and you can snuggle with cats and pet cats and take pictures of cats, and you can also adopt the cats. So that's fucking awesome, because you know me and cats, I love cats. I love all animals, but I mostly love cats and horses. Excuse me. And yeah, there's a link in the show notes to the CNN article about a wonderful idea called the Cat Cafe. So feel free to visit it and squee at the cute cats. There was this one lady in the video. She had this gorgeous long-haired black cat just snuggling up on her. And she was, petting and snuggling it, and apparently the cat had been sitting on her for an hour. Sounds like what my cat Frisky does to my mom. So that was really kind of awesome. So I hope you take time to look at the article and watch the video if you can. It's hit a lot of the news sites and stuff, so I'm sure you can find some more information about it if you want to go. So that's my week, and that's all for now. I wanted to record even though I'm tired as heck, because I don't have time to the rest of the week. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week. Oh shit, I'm sorry. How did you let me do this? Huh? I should do the drawing for the freaking book. Again, this is a book I'm not gonna bother closing it. I'm just going into random org. Now, I want to thank you, everybody, for telling me about your love of spring and joining in the conversation. And so there's 2 through 11. Put that into random.org. And let's see who won the book. Number 7. Alright, Gabo Socks. You have won the book. Congratulations. And you're from Germany, oh god. Anyway, I'm gonna send you a message, Gabo Socks. I'm going to send you the book. You've won. Congratulations. Cashmerino DK. Is there a name? Nope. There's no name. But congratulations. You've won the book. And I'm sending you a message right now. And there's the winner of the drawing for you. Sorry, I almost forgot to do the drawing. Where's my brain? Anyway. Let me leave it off for there. Congrats, Gabo Socks. I'll finish my message to you so you can get me your address, and I will mail this to you. And that's it, I think, for today. Anyway, I want to wish you all the best. Thank you for subscribing. You can easily subscribe to my podcast now using the subscribe button, which is... No, I think it's right... I'm confused, clearly. I think it's right there. So, click on subscribe. And thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate everybody who watches the show. Young or old, new, and... long-time viewer, thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget, no matter what you make, whether it's toilet paper owls or a fine Shetland lace shawl from centuries ago, you are making the world a more beautiful place, and for that, thank you. Good night, peeps.